Welcome to Pilates Reformer. This is my first video for this piece of equipment. I always play music for my classes, but since we're not going to the beat on this exercise, I suggest you play your favorite music. That way this class will never get old. I use this all the time at the beginning of my classes. This is going to be like the first 15 minutes. And it's going to have footwork, hands and straps, and abdominals and all this kind of stuff. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to need weights. There's your dumbbells. You can go from bottles of water to just nothing in your hands. Just use your arms. You don't even have to move your arms if you don't want to. These are 2 pounds. My students usually work their way up to 5 pounds. Unless you're really, really strong and have really, really good shoulders, I probably wouldn't suggest anything over 5 in this lying down position. If you're really into Pilates, you may have these weighted balls. You might want to use those instead of weights. It's the same thing, similar. I'll have this mat for demonstration purposes. So when we're doing hands and straps, if it's hard for you to stay in that tabletop position where your knees are up, you may want to position a mat that's folded underneath your lower half, and that's going to help you imprint. So you want to have your knees over your hips, and if they're dropping, they're going to arch your back. You're going to feel some pain, some discomfort. You need to bring those knees back in. If that's still too difficult, try to add the mat, something folded, or even one of those inflated stability things. You could use that. Okay, so I'm not going to need that, so let's get started. So we're going to hold our weights in our hands. Our springs are going to be 2 reds and a blue on a balanced body reformer. Some people move up to 2 reds and a green, but since I do so much footwork at the beginning, I usually just like to keep it 2 reds and a blue. Alright, so let's get started. So we're lying down on our reformer. You have a weight in each hand. Extend the arms. Now our foot placement is heels. And we're going to flex our feet back, like your feet are pressed up against a wall. We want them in parallel, meaning they're going to follow the straight line of your hip joint, your knee, and your ankle is all going to be straight. Alright, make sure you're not crammed up against these shoulder blocks. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we press the carriage out, arms go straight up, and then return back in. Let's keep going. Press it out, lift it up. And you're going to resist going with letting the springs just pull you in. You're going to resist lowering the weights, keeping all the work in the muscle, and you're feeling that core stability. You're feeling your abs starting to work. Good. Good. 4 and 3. Connecting the breath. 2. Now on the next one, we're going to hold the carriage out and keep it out. And we're going to pulse it. We're going to come halfway in and pulse in an inch and out an inch. And I'm going to push the weights a little bit up and down. 4, 3, 2. Carriage presses all the way out. Lengthen the arms. Bring the carriage to the stopper. Arms come down. Next foot position. Slide down onto your arches. You don't have to flex your foot back on this one. You can actually, what they call prehensile. Might be going a little over our heads, but it's where you stretch your foot over the bar. We're going to do this one with a bicep curl. So pressing the carriage out, we curl the arms in, extend them as we bring it back to the stopper. Resisting on the way back in. The springs are just going to want to pull you to the stopper. But that's part of the work, is taking your time getting back. So we want an equal amount of time going out as we come in. So sort of just take a second to connect to your abdominals. You're going to feel those abdominal stabilizers. Good. Little isometric contractions of your abdominals. 3, 2, hold the carriage out, come in halfway, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out all the way, then return. Our next foot position, we're going to slide our feet down. All 10 toes connect, still in parallel with our hips lining up with our ankles. Then we're going to connect those heels. That's called Pilates V. our knees angle out to the side from the hip area is going to angle out. Let's take our weights, press them together, bring them to where the hair meets the skin on your forehead. These are called skull crushers. So we're going to press through all 10 toes and extend the arms up and then bring it back in. Press it up. Good. So this arm pattern is actually engaging the back of our upper arm. That's our tricep muscle. Good. Also, kind of keep an eye out on your legs. I catch some students, they come in halfway like this, and then that's as far as they go. You want a full extension without locking the knees, but you do want to take it out there so you got the engagement of the muscles. Good. 4 and 3. This is a good one. If you're at home and you have multiple different sizes of weights, you may want to change the sizes of weights and do 5s on this one to get the triceps really getting a good burn on them. And we're going to hold the carriage out, coming halfway, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Completely press it out, return the carriage, and then bring those arms in. So our next foot position, we're going to move our heels wide to the corners of the bar, our hips rotating out. We're going to bring our arms to a bench press. Inhale, prepare, press it out. Arms straight in front of your chest, or widen it back out to the side. Good. Press it up. And we're working our chest with a dumbbell press at the same time that we're getting our footwork. Pressing it up. And it's 5, 4, 3, 2, and again, carriage stays out halfway in, and then we're going to start pulsing in an inch, down an inch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, press completely, and bring it in. So I'm going to keep my heels on those wide corners. I'm going to turn my knees in to where they touch. I'm going to bring my arms up into a hug the tree position. Inhale, prepare, exhale, press the carriage out. We open the hug and the knees separate. And then we bring it back in. So it's kind of awkward. It looks like pigeon toes. But the reason I do this is because you want to work your hips in all positions. So you work them in parallel. Then you work them in external rotation. Now this is internal or medial rotation. Good. 4 and 3 and 2. And we're not going to pulse this one, so this is our last one. And we're going to bring it in. Arms come down. Walk our feet back to a parallel position. Now I'm on the heels. I'm going to bring my knee up, just float it up to tabletop, and my elbows are resting on the carriage. We're going to do a single leg press for 12. Inhale, prepare, exhale. That's 1. And bring it in. This is a narrow press with the weights. So this is going to work front shoulder, tricep, bicep. 3. Don't want to lose count. 4. I'm bad about that. You'll find that I have a lot of different numbers going on because I just got to have a feel for it. So I'm going to teach at fitness for 30 years. Not just Pilates, but just every kind of fitness you could think of. And I've already lost count. So let's just do 4 more. 3, 2, last 1. We'll bring it in. Let's switch. Make sure you stay in parallel. So you want the working leg to be in line with the hip that it works. All right, inhale. Exhale, press out. That's 1. So we're working through the heel because that's going to get more engagement in the hamstring and the glute. 4, 5, 6. Let's go 6 more. We can do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. How'd you do? So bring it in. Just rest your weights down on the carriage. All right, next we're going to slide down. We're still in parallel position. Slide down onto the balls of the feet. And that's that big meaty part under the toes. We're going to press the carriage out, lower the heels, not to a stretch, just kind of halfway like a neutral, and then we'll come up on the tippy toes. So we're strengthening the calves. So if you were doing standing up on the floor and you raised your heels, it would be a heel raise. This is the same thing. So we're strengthening the calves, the ankles, and the feet. You have muscles in your feet. Yeah. 6. And what we can do is, with the weights, we can do a wrist curl and release. You can leave your arms laying on the carriage and just kind of curl your wrist in. 3, 2, last one. Then we're going to bring ourselves to a prance. So one heel's down, one knee is up, and we're going to alternate that hammer curl. This is called prance. Good. Still working our calves, getting that stretch. 4, 3, 2, and we're just going to hold one side. You can lower the weights though. Now we're just focusing on our calf stretch, and that's that one heel that's lowering under the bar. And switch, other heel. Feel that lengthening in your calf. That's your gastrocnemius, soleus muscles, maybe even your Achilles tendon down there. You're going to feel that. And then bring it back to neutral. Now we're going to do little baby steps up and down the bar. This is like a massage for your feet. So you have little trigger points in your feet, and you're putting the weight of all 3 springs of this reformer into your feet. So if you have sore feet, if you've been on your feet all day, maybe it's a little massage. Find those trigger points, little baby steps. Almost there. Some people go like this. Some people just really take their time. So it's just up to you and how you want to do it. Alright, bend those knees, carriage comes in. We're through with our dumbbells, and we're going to set those to the side. So we have to come up and do a spring change. So we're going to go, next part is hands and straps. So I'm going to do one red, one blue. Alright, back in. And this is how I get in the reformer. I know it's probably not technical. Okay, so we're on a one red, one blue. You're reaching back. You're going to get your hand straps. Those are your smaller. If you have 2 different loops like I do, you're going to get the smaller loops. Alright, so this is where we're going to tabletop. So if you needed that mat trick that we did earlier, or that I showed you earlier, go ahead and get that. So notice how when I start, before I even move the carriage, my arms are behind me. I'm going to push this carriage out till my arms start straight above my shoulder socket. Then I'm going to float my knees to tabletop. I'm going to make sure my back is in neutral and not arched or flat. I want to be able to see my tip toes, my pedicure. Exhale, lower the arms down. Reaching the fingers long, bring them back up, resist. Alright, now you could use the longer straps if this was too difficult and you're just starting over, or you just started. You can make it a little bit nicer if you use the larger loops. If you want to work harder, you're going to use the smaller ones. So we're lengthening those arms. Our arms are straight, pressing down toward the carriage. 2 more. On the next one, we're going to stay down there on the carriage. We're going to go out to a snow angel. So that's going to go out to the side. Resist, resist. It's going to want to pull you and then squeeze into your body. So we want to resist when the springs pull us. And then we actively work. It's like if you have oranges under your armpits and you're squeezing orange juice. So you take it out to the side. So you want to keep your hand straps at the furthest point right here. Keep them in your side view, because we don't want them to go so high for safety purposes. So you want to keep them out to the side and bring them in and squeeze. Let's do one more. Good. Now we're going to do our arms 2 different things separately. So one's going to go forward, one's going to go side. And then return and reset at your side. One goes forward, one goes side. And then return. Keep going. So in these movements, and I'm demonstrating them, but if you do this video multiple times, you could probably go a little bit faster than what I'm going. You get in more repetitions. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to do both arms simultaneous circles. Up, up, circle, 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 squeeze back in. Up, 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 and around. Working hard. Arm circles. 2 more. 1 more. And then we're going to reverse this circle. Let's take it out to the side, up and back in. Yes. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Connect our arms to the carriage. Flex up at the elbow. So just the forearm is up, and then press it back down. This is your tricep press down. And remember, the tricep is the muscle at the back of the upper arm. Press it down. So your tricep muscle works on full extension of the arm. So try not to just go halfway like that. Give it a full extension. 4, 3, 2, we made it. So we're going to find that foot bar 1 foot at a time. Yes. All right. Hang up your loops. Ooh, let's get a quick stretch. Open it up. All right, we're going to come up for another spring change. We're going to come up and just be on 1 red this time. So I'm going to remove a blue. And we're going to go right back down. We're going to do some abs. All right, let me try to do it perfect. Bring it in. Nope, didn't make it that time. All right, so we're on 1 red spring. Again, we're going to need a strap, but we're only going to use the 1 strap. Just going to do unilateral work. So start, press it to the arm starts in the straight up position. We're coming back to tabletop. Neutral spine. Make sure you see your tippy toes. All right, focus. We're going to bring this arm down just like we started earlier with hands and straps. Let's just get a couple here. Let's do 1 more. And we're going to keep it up, hold. Take this other hand that's free and layer it on top of this hand in the strap. So now both hands are in the straps. We're going to follow that same trajectory. I'm going to curl my head up as I lower the arms. Now you can keep your head down if that's not good for you and your neck. But I'm trying to get some obliques in my abdominals. Exhale, press out. 2 more. 1 more. And then I'm going to open the knees just slightly. Bring the strap to the middle and go down through the middle again, curling up. This is spinal flexion. That's going to work our 6-pack muscles. Okay, rectus abdominis. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. All right, let's find the foot bar. Let's repeat that using the other strap. So I'm going to get my left strap. Start in the up position. I push the carriage out so my arm's straight. Float the knees to tabletop. Lower that arm. We're going to go about 3, 2. And the next is we come up. We're going to layer this hand on top inside that strap. Curl up and to the side a little bit to get those obliques. Press. 3, 2, and then we'll open the knees and go down the middle. Just about 5, because we're not done with these muscles yet. 4, 3, 2, last one. Find the foot bar. All right, for the next little part and the finale sort of to this abs part, we're going to hold both straps and we're going to bring our knees to float our knees to tabletop. Make sure you're not crunched up against the shoulder blocks. Good. Knees together. We're going to curl up with both. And see, notice my head is curling up. Head, neck, chest. Resist and roll it back down. You can always keep your head down if you need to. And bring it down. 3 more. And 2 more. And one more. And just kind of hang out right here. I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to layer on the legs extending to 45. Now if that's too much, I'll show how you can just do 145 alternating. Alright, exhale, either both legs out and bring it down, or you can just go to one leg. And if either of those don't work for you, then you could just stay at tabletop. Okay, I'm going to go both legs. 4, 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Feet to the foot bar. Woo! Working hard. Awesome. Okay, so scoot yourself away from the shoulder block. A little Pilates mat exercise. So arms down by your side, shoulders down and back. Let's rest your heel. Just rest it on top of the bar. That's going to make all the work in the abs. It'll come clear in a minute. So we're going to, other leg is going to be straight up. I want both arms up and palms together. So the only thing we want moving is this moving leg, and it's going to challenge, so it's called a single leg circle. So you don't want to go any wider than the carriage or the reformer. Connecting your mind and your body, keeping every muscle perfectly still except for that leg that moves. And that's going to require muscle and thought. And we're going to reverse the circle. 4, 3, 2. We're going to do the other side. So rest this heel. It's in parallel of the hip. Either leg up. And we're bringing our arms up here. If your arms were down, they would stabilize you. And we want to take that stabilization work and put it here. Alright, lock everything down. We're going to circle. 4 or 5, depending on how fast you go. One more. And then reverse. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Last one. Perfect. Both feet on the bar. You can put your knees together, your feet together. We're going to drop them over to the side and extend the arms opposite direction. Now stretch. So take this opposition stretch the other way. Perfect. Bring everything back to the middle. Let's come all the way up to sitting. Yes, we're going to stay on the red spring. We're going to do Mermaid. So Mermaid, we're going to do our shin up against these shoulder blocks. And this foot connects to this thigh. So if this position in your legs doesn't work, you could either try to add a yoga block underneath your hip, or you could just go to crisscross applesauce, or you can even have people where your legs are straight out. Okay, so we're going to hold our foot bar, extend this arm out. Inhale, exhale, press our carriage out, stretch over the ear, lengthen, and then bring it back down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, reach and stretch. Bring it down. This one we're going to hold it. Let's take this upper hand, thread the needle, so to speak. Reach for this frame or rail on the opposite side. We're just going to hold that stretch for 4, 3, 2. Now take that hand off the rail, place it on the foot bar. All right. Make sure your arms are straight out from your shoulder. And I'm just stretching. So we'll do a gentle spine extension. So the arms remain straight, but the carriage is going to come in. So we have to go upward, and that's going to turn. It's going to flex your spine a little bit. So or extend your spine. Sorry. So press it back out, stretch, and then extend. Lengthen up through the crown of the head toward the ceiling, and press out one more. And lengthen up and release. So we're going to turn around. We have to mermaid the other way. Good. So shin against the shoulder block. Connect the foot. Hand on the foot bar. So we're pressing out. Exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale up. We're almost through. So this is either the first part of your entire workout, and we're going to thread that needle, or it's the cool down. It could be either. And then we're going to place that hand on the foot bar. Square it up with your shoulder, your head between your arms. Hold that stretch. Arms stay straight, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And press it back out. And press it up. One more. And we bring the carriage all the way in. Awesome. How did you do? So this is either going to be the beginning. I'm going to name my reformer segments 1, 2, or 3. This would be a 1. So then you would go to a 2. And then I always end the class with feet and straps, and that's going to be a video 3. All right. So I hope this is going to be great for you. Thanks for watching.